Welcome to Kwon's Corner. Today, I'm gonna teach you how to make 해물 파전, which is Korean seafood pancake. Let's get started. Before I start, I want to give a shout out to Taeju Yoon who requests this episode. This one is for you. We're gonna start with one full squid. Cut it in half. Chop the tentacles into bite-sized pieces. Korean pancakes are one of my favorite foods. Then, take the body and cut it in half lengthwise. Cut each half into centimeter-wide strips. 해물 means seafood, pa means green onion, and 전 means pancake. So 해물파전 means seafood green onion pancakes. Next, we need half a cup of pre-cooked shrimp. Cut off the tails and put to the side. Koreans usually put squid, shrimp, clam, and oyster in 해물파전. I'm not putting oyster in my recipe because I don't like it. Now, we need a full handful of chives. 해물파전 is usually made out of chives, but some places use leeks or small Welsh onions. Cut the bulbs in half to ensure that they cook evenly. 전 should be crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. Then, chop off the ends so that your chives can lay flat in your pan later. If you like spice, get 2 hot peppers and slice them thinly. I'm using 2 different colors for decoration. Korean people usually eat 전 on rainy days. A few days ago, a typhoon passed by Seoul and it was raining a lot. So I wanted to make this episode because I started craving 전. Fill up a small pot of water and bring to a boil. Add all your shrimp and squid. My mom used to make me pajeon with pork instead of seafood. That's why my kimchijeon episode used pork belly. You can also use seafood in my kimchijeon episode if you don't like pork. Now, I'm adding just a third of a cup of soju or Korean alcohol to neutralize the odor of the squid. My house smelled so bad before I added the soju. Let the seafood boil for about 2 more minutes, then drain and let dry. 해물파전 is very easy to make and very healthy. It is full of nutrients. Now, it's time to make our sauce. These are savory pancakes, so we are not going to be using maple syrup. Get 2 chives and slice them thinly. Add to a small bowl and slice 1 hot pepper thinly. Again, if you don't like spice, you can leave out this pepper. We need 1 tablespoon of regular soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of soup soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, 1, 2, and 4 tablespoons of water, 2, 3, 4. Sprinkle toasted sesame seeds on top and mix it well. Now, it's time for the 전 batter. We need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, a little less than a half a cup of glutinous rice flour to make our 전 extra soft and chewy on the inside. But you can just use all-purpose flour and a little more than a 1 cup of water. This will make us 2 large 전. Mix the batter well until it's a loose crepe-like consistency. You want the batter to be thin and runny but still thick enough to see some drops on the surface. Break 2 eggs into a small bowl. And beat them well. We're gonna add egg only to the inside of the 전 to make it even more soft. Now, plate your shrimp and squid. And add a third of a cup of pre-cooked small clams. Sprinkle glutinous rice flour over your seafood. This will help the seafood stick to the pancake batter. Heat a skillet on medium-high and add vegetable oil. Cover the pan in a thin layer of chives. Then add a thin layer of batter. Adding the chives first will ensure that they cook fully and get crispy. Place your seafood on top of the batter however you like. Then add a thin layer of egg. This is the soft chewy inside filled with seafood. One more thin layer of batter on top of the egg. Then, if you like spice, add your hot peppers on top of this last layer. I'm putting a lot because I like my food extra spicy. Check that your jeon is ready by shaking the pan. If it seems solid, flip the jeon. There are a few ideas about why Koreans think of pajeon on rainy days. But the most convincing to me is that the sound of frying pajeon is similar to the sound of raindrops. When both sides are golden brown and crispy on the edges, we just need to put it on a big plate. That's it! Our 해물 pajeon is all ready to eat! Jeon is best eaten on a rainy day with a bowl of fermented rice wine called makgeolli. You can make your jeon as big as your pan, so get your biggest pan, a couple of your friends, and have a typhoon party!
Really good. Really good. Since I use the glutinous rice flour, it's kind of ooey but crispy outside, and seafood and the special sauce goes so well, and I like hot pepper, and it's so good. 쉬고 들어간다. 쉬고 들어간다. 작년에 왔던 각설이가 죽지도 않고 또 왔네. Okay, you should definitely try. So, see you next week. 안녕. Just so you know, I'm not drunk. 안녕.
If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like to support my channel. And if you want to see next week's video, hit subscribe. To follow the full recipe, check measurements, and get even more helpful tips, you can read our full recipe blog post in the description down below.